Ghost and alien is human fantasy. So, who got created here on this earth? Which now the alien you're talking about and the ghost, whatever. And then both. Those are the first creation of God. Pen and then both after the universe got created. Those three. And God gave a command to the pen and said, the pen wrote that whatever happens from the beginning till the end. First of all, there's no alien at all. Alien is human fantasy. There's no alien in this universe. Or some, if you mean some creature who live on another planet, that is not the case. I have a good news also. The good news is we are not alone. We are not alone here on this earth. There's no alien and there's no ghost. Ghost and alien is human fantasy. Human who does not know exactly who got created in this world. So, I'm gonna talk about today that is there an alien? Is there a ghost? No. There's no ghost and there's no alien. If you mean ghost as somebody who died and come back and bother you and haunt you, that is not the case. If somebody dies, they done from this world. Period. They cannot come back. But they're also alive. Their afterlife starts when they die, when they buried actually. So they are alive, but they are other side, not this world. And they cannot bother you. So, who got created here on this earth? Which is not the alien you're talking about and the ghost, whatever. We start that, the creation of the universe. God created this universe. And when the creation is finished, God created a pen and then both. Those are the first creation of God. Pen and then both after the universe got created. Those three. And God gave a command to the pen and said, write whatever happens from the beginning till the end of the universe to that board. And God and the pen wrote that whatever happens from the beginning till the end of the whole universe. And then God created a creature. That creature is being called jinn. God created on this earth. No place else. There's no other planet. There's no anywhere else here on this earth. That creature was here millions of years before human. So they advanced, they have technologies, they have intelligence, they have, because they live here long time before us. So those guys disobey God, spoil the world, create havoc, and God did not accept that from them. They had an envoy, and that envoy was Satan. In Arabic, it is Iblis. He was a good guy. It was between those creatures called jinn and God. He was an envoy between them. So God sent those creatures called jinn, who spoiled the world and disobeyed God and did heinous things. Angels, powerful angels, and they've been banished. They've been pushed the worst places that you can think of in this earth. And they just, stay there because that's God's command. The angels did that. So that is when God created Adam. Peace be upon him, Prophet Adam. God created Prophet Adam in order another creature to replace those guys who destroyed the earth. So God created Adam from a dirt, created as a statue, then blew life into that statue. Statue became alive, and blew the statue's brain, Adam's brain, the knowledge which was before him, before he's been created, whatever before him, God put that knowledge in his brain, because Adam did not started from as a toddler and experienced it, and grew up and all of that. So just, he was created at that time. He didn't know what's before, so God blew that to his brain. And when that process finished, God gave a command to the angels and said, bow for Adam, because he is in charge from now on in this universe. Adam and his descendant will be in charge, so bow for him. All the angels bow for Adam. Except the Satan or Iblis, who was the envoy. Those creatures would be shunned, and he was a good guy. Okay? So that guy did not bow. And when the prostration and bow is finished, and this guy did not do it, God said, why didn't you bow for Adam? And at that moment, greed and arrogance came to the to the Satan, and he said, why am I bowing something you created from a dead? while I'm created from a fire. Because that creature who was shunned, who was here before us, was created from a fire. Not anything else. So he's part of them, and he said, why am I doing that? I'm a fire. Why am I bowing for somebody who created from a dead? And God said, oh, is that what you're saying? From now on, you've been shunned. You're a bad guy. You are going to hell. Period. Just before you know, when you disobey me and disobey my command, I'm gonna shun you. You're no longer favorite. You're no longer, blessed. You're gonna go to the hell. And Iblis, or Satan, realized what he just did, the mistake he made. And he said, God, who you gave me? Who you gave me? I know you shunned me, I'm going to hell, but who you gave me? And God said, whoever follows you, whoever do the satanic deeds, no matter who they are, human, jinn, whoever they are, whoever follows you is yours. You and them will go to hell. So, who did that to him actually? What is the reason that happened? Because of Adam. So, Satan promised at that time he will be the enemy of Adam and his descendant from that moment. And I'm gonna put them in hell with me. That was his promise. So Adam, when that process finished, God said, there's a paradise there. The paradise is yours. You can do whatever you want, except do not eat the fruit of that tree. Don't do that. Anything else you want, you can do it in a paradise. And Adam accepted. Adam obeyed God. But there's enemy with them who now is being shunned and not blessed anymore, who promised to get revenge from human. Adam is descendant, and Adam and whoever Adam, with. So Adam is left, Prophet Adam is left, and God created Eve from him while he was sleeping. So Adam wake up, another creature is beside him, a large creature, like him. I mean, same resemblance, but she has a different feature, she's a female. Eve was 58 cubit and 5 cubit wide, 58 cubit tall and 5 cubit wide. And when he saw that, he was lonely. That's why God created Eve, to give Adam a companion, somebody who looked like him, who become his companion, and female also, because the wisdom is what? They have to have descendants, they have to have offspring. So Eve was standing one day in a bottle of water, that large. So bottle of water may be a lake, and she never saw her image before. There's no mirror, So Iblis, or Satan, started his first revenge of human. What's the revenge? He stand beside Eve in that bottle of water, and he showed her reflection and said, see, that woman? That's another woman for Adam. He has another woman other than you. She never saw her image. He insisted. He said it many, many times. And then he said, ask Adam. If Adam, denies what I just told you, push him to eat the forbidden tree, the fruit of forbidden tree, and say, I'm not gonna, believe you unless you do that. So, because he loved her, because he's jealous for nothing, and Adam said, Eve, we're the only creature here. We don't have, any other. We're only two. We know Adam, bleed a lot, but she refused. She said, I'm not going to believe you unless you eat that tree, that fruit of that tree. Adam ate the fruit. Before that, they were covered. Now they become naked. And at the same time, they've been thrown from the heavens to this earth. Who was in this earth at that time? The jinn, still on this earth. So the minute Adam and Eve, their feet touch on this earth, that creature, which called jinn, become invisible to them. They cannot see that creature. So they thought the only, creature who are here is only them. Adam has been thrown in Sri Lanka. That's where he landed. A mountain called Adam's Peak. There's a tourist go there, these days. And you can see Adam's footprint. I'm going to show you the footprint also. How large he was, his footprint only, if you see his footprint. And Eve has been thrown in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The name of the city is Grandma, which she was actually. That's where the name came from, Jeddah. That's where she landed. And he landed in Sri Lanka. And God did that, was part of the punishment, in order to look for each other. So Adam started to look for Eve. The minute he landed, his companion is nowhere to see. So he watched. He looked for her. So there is also Adam's breach in that, at the beside of that mountain, which small, land that's between waters, I think sea, yeah. So that's where he started his journey to look for Eve. And Eve also became lonely. But she did not move that much. Adam did the move, mostly. So they found each other. And when they found each other, they were crying both. Their tears make, mark on their, eyes, the cheeks. And Adam asked Eve, I was looking for you. Were you looking for me? He said, no, I'm not looking for you. And you can see the tears of, the mark of the tears of her cheek. So that creature who called jinn, who became invisible when Adam and Eve landed on this land, who can see us and still live here. They still live here. They be shunned, but they did not destroy. Still they live here on this earth. They can see us, but we cannot see them. So whatever you see, by the way, they have also technological savvy actually, because they live here before us. Each generation, well, before another generation, the generation is more, technologically savvy. We know that, human nature. So, and also Korean nature. So, yeah, they have flying, vehicles. They have everything we have. They behave as we behave, period. God created them as like us. You know what I mean? We do whatever they do. So those flying saucers you see, it's them. It's their vehicle. Because we cannot see them, you can see only that, saucers of flying, saucers. You can see with infrared light. That's what pilots, when they pilot, seeing that, they're using that. They're not using normal, camera. There is just infrared light. So you can see, when you use that. Because we make that technology, we created that technology. So the alien is their flying vehicles. Because they have to fly also. From one place to another in this earth. They place all over the earth. So, and let's talk then about the ghost. The ghost who you always met in haunted houses, right? What is haunted houses? It's abandoned place that, empty and old, nobody renovated, before. So as a human, what we do is we renovate that place. We make it either home, castle, mansion, who's abandoned a long time ago. We go in and renovate because we have that, ambition. When you see some place empty and nobody's living there, that's what you do. So that place is not empty. That haunted house or abandoned house is not empty. That is where angels shunned to those guys, the bad places, unlivable places. So jinn live there. It's not empty. So as human, we cannot see them, but they can see us. We renovate and we move in. That's a human nature. When we do that, when we're doing that, they can see their property is been another creature has been moving in, but they know that creature cannot see, them, and they know that human lives the daytime. We are daily people. At night we sleep, right? So they compromise. They compromise and they give us the daytime, and they take the nighttime slot. You know what I mean? And that's what they live. That's what they do. The chores. That's what they families. Do whatever they do. In the daily time or their nightly time, let's say. So they make that compromise. They did not move it out. There are some human who cannot see them, but some of them are night owls. They don't sleep at night. Maybe sleep late time. That's when you met them, because they compromise. They give you part of the time, and you still bothering them. That's when you see, the actions they doing, because they wanna let you know there's people here, and you can feel you're not alone. You see a door closing, opening. Sometimes your piano is being played by them, Action that you're not doing. So when humans see that, they say there is a ghost. They say there is a ghost in this building. I saw a ghost. I feel a ghost. No, that is not a ghost. That's a jinn. That you've been bothering and taking the slot. They gave you half of the day, and you want to take another half of the day of theirs. You came to their property, and you're doing that. So they compromise. They give you many chances, they can. And if you still bothering them, that's when they show you their presence. We hear. But what humans say? Ghost. There's a ghost. No, there's no ghost. So why we know what I just told you? Who got created? There's verse of Quran. If you do not know Quran, you do not know what I just told you. Period. So, and if you're not Muslim or Islam, if you don't have the Islam religion, you know, you do not know that. So this is the verse of Quran in Arabic. God is saying, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ جِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I did not create jinn and human except to worship me. That's the verse of Quran and its translation. Jinn is the creature that I just told you, and human. God is saying in English, God saying, I did not create jinn and human. There's another part of the verse which is why, the reason why we've been created in this earth. Both creatures got created because one thing, which is to worship to God. I did not create jinn and human but to worship me. That's the purpose we are here on this earth. The first purpose, only purpose we are here is that. Nothing else. Others are noise. Or in order to do that, in order to worship to God, that's what you need. You have to rest, sleep, you know, eat, walk your earnings, what are you eating, you know what I mean? All of that, the ambition of human, all of that is not that important if you're not doing the first purpose, which is to worship to God. Second, the only religion God knows is Islam. What is Islam? It is to submit to God. If you submit to God and obey God, that is what Islam is. Nothing else. It's not for geographical, you know, area. It's not for some people. It's for all humanity. Not only for group or some, you know, geographical area. It's for all humanity. So if you do that, if you submit to God, why? What are you? When you submitting? When is when you obey what God says every time. So that Islam, all the prophets from Adam till Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, peace be upon all of them, were doing that. They're doing the submission of God. Because of that, they were Islam. They were preaching Islam. No other religion. All of them. Because they're men of God. God sent human to remind each time that is what I accept. So that's also, you know, why God created us. So God created us and jinn. Jinn and us. They're the first. We're the second. We cannot see them. They can see us. And that's what we, you know, created. So if we create this fantasy that there's alien, another planet, that, no. Even when it comes to smartness, they're more intelligence than us. That's people also, why people saying that aliens are intelligent than us. Yeah, it's them. So if this is being known, you know, the Western countries, there would not be, you know, tax-based money to be spent, some, you know, programs that traces, you know, those guys. If they knew only that small verse of Quran, they wouldn't do that. They would not do that. They wouldn't waste tax-based money, because nothing to be wasted. We know who is here. That's why you are not seeing any Muslim who are busy about that, because we know what it is, why we looking for. And also, there is a protection from those guys. If they bother us, for example, somebody is, you know, night out and they live in that haunted or abandoned house, there's a verse of Quran that we say and they disappear, period. They don't come where, you know, where the prayer is going in the Muslim prayers. So this is the words we say, A'udhu billah minash shaitani rajim. That's it. They disappear, period. Gone. They move out wherever they are, actually. So that's why today I did this video to clarify and show people, well, what you're saying is fantasy. Yeah, but there is another creature who live here with us. So thank you for listening, and thank you, for everything.